in your own words, what was the original agreement supposed to be? What do you think you and the officials at NECA were signing up for? Like, what do you think, like, on paper and indirect communication with them, how are things supposed to go? And so, like, what was the social contract like for, like, and I mean socially as in, like, what did they say? What did they definitely agree to? And because I know that you guys never actually, like, got a contract from them, right?
Right. They promised it 3 times but never sent it.
Because, like, yeah, I mean, it was what happened was they chose the amount that we listed, that out of the 3 options, they chose one of the amounts. They sent that deposit or whatever. It was for, I think, 5. Mike, we asked for, it came up to like 10 grand, and that was 5 of that was for Mike, and then 5 of that was mine. So that was obviously, like, directly split right down the middle. That was what we were paid in general. Like, that was it. I mean, so, like, and that's fine. That was, like, the part of the agreement or whatever. And then
just to be clear, like, so what was that going towards? Was that, Mark, you said that was going towards supplies or whatever?
Supplies and labor.
Who knows? I mean, like,
in the emails they call it a deposit, so
I don't know.
Like that.
The language,
that's just, yeah.
So they weren't even clear on what it was.
The lingo is weird. Like, because they call it. There's emails that say, and in court, I know they need to be specific, because there's emails that say documents, there's emails that say papers, there's emails that say contracts, there's emails that say work for hire, there's, so it's like
confusing.
It's really odd, and like, because I got my W-9, for my deposit, for my half or whatever, and as we were walking forward through the rest of the project, we're like, okay, well, there was a phone call with Mike and Randy there was royalties allegedly discussed on that. I wasn't even going to begin to, like, argue a point for royalties, because there was nothing in emails. It was all over the phone, and I didn't even speak to Randy. Mike did, and there's no way I could go back and prove that conversation. So it's just like, that would be hearsay. So what I was expecting, what was promised, the credit, the way it should have been presented. I don't even care if they didn't put my name first. At this point, it was like, where are the names? Where is sculpted by, And, like,
they asked him how he wanted to be credited, and I mean, nowhere it says prototype.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't make royalties. We didn't make anything like that. And then I was just hoping, Mike and I were both hoping for our names to be on those boxes. Like, that was what we were, like, just banking on. Like, that was our notoriety. That was great. That felt great. And that didn't happen. So then it was like, okay, what? And not responding. So then I had to look back and think back, and I was like, God, this looks so much like a conspiracy. Like, you dodge me here, but you talk to me there. You dodge me here, but you talk to me there.
Find a NECA box that doesn't have the sculpt credit.
They put Michael Venz and Eric Vidrum, Moody Pudding Studios, on all the websites. Like, you can go to Entertainment Earth and look up BRIDEOFCHUCKY NECA doll. You'll see my actual prototype that I made for my friend, that they used for San Diego Comic-Cons. I made those as well. So you could see, like, all the names listed there. You could see, like, the credits for everything. And I don't think anyone wasn't deserving of those credits. Everyone deserves to be on that box. But listen to my words. Everyone deserves to be on that box. Everyone worked on this project.
Right. And shouldn't exclude anyone, so especially shouldn't exclude you guys.
Michael Venz is not working with Moody, at least at the moment.
So he has 0 credit.
So, again, yeah, there's nothing there. But they can't go and put it online. They say, like, how do you want credit? And then you just slip it off on the box, but then put it on a few websites. Well, that only helps to prove that backups my email that shows how we wanted to be credited on those boxes. Why we specifically put my name would be first, and his name would be second. There was no dispute about that. There was no dispute about that at all. And then they just decided to make a creative decision.
And it just didn't happen.
Yeah. So it was just, I didn't care about not getting royalties. I didn't care about all that stuff. All I cared about was, like, our names were going to be there. And that also didn't happen. So it's like, you know what? Like, what? what would you have someone like me do? You know what I mean? Just roll over. Like, is that what you expect? That's what these people expect. Like, you just, how disgusting.
Right.
That's disgusting. I'm a sculptor. I'm a professional. I worked with you. You know, the NECA. And it's like, what? I wouldn't treat a guest like that. It's disgusting. It's pathetic and it's disgusting.
And were there people who received more credit than you would say was deserved by any chance? Like, do you think that there are people who you wouldn't expect to be on the box who got on the box, but then you guys didn't?
No, I mean, again, the only reason, to me anyway, the only reason I was taken aback, and the only reason I feel like anyone would think, well, why are they on the box? Why are they on the box? Is because of, by comparison, my name isn't there. That's the only reason that strikes an odd atmosphere with me, is because no one deserves to not be there.
Right.
But again, why would everybody assume that the sculptor had the littlest amount to do with that project, and therefore you'll give them half the name, you know, like list half a credit name, Moody Pudding, you know? And it's like, and people will say, well, the Moody was like enough, isn't Moody doing great? Like, I don't care if Moody is doing fantastic. This wasn't agreed on, and it wasn't right. That was our names. Those were our names. And again, if you're not working with a company anymore, there's people who are listed on boxes that might not work for them anymore. At least they have that notoriety, that credit. Mike doesn't have that, you know, and that's, I don't know if he's fighting for his name. You know, we don't really talk a whole lot, but again, this project, this was still fresh, and this was all that went into it. This was all the backstory. You know, this all happened. This was all history. And so this all can be brought up and presented again and shown. Look at this weird, look at the gaps or look at the patterns. And I have all that. I have all of that. It's just like, why are we going? It's so ridiculous, and it's hard. It's hard, and I know it's hard for us because we don't have money. We're not made of money.
All we wanted them to do was answer our emails and like talk through this, but instead of talking to us, they sent the cease and desist.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, it's just so sour, you know. But anyway, again, oh, you did ask the question. I'm sorry. Sometimes I will talk about this, like the topic, so much because it's so heavy in our lives right now.
And there's a lot of,
so I forget. So I will always find a way to circle back to this. I feel like, so you just stop me and cut me off if I do that.
Yeah, okay. I'm a really good listener, so it doesn't bother me at all.
Okay, thank you. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of where we're floating, you know, like this like weird hellish purgatory.